Hi everyone, welcome back to Music Theory channel videos. I'm going to try a slightly different approach with this one as I'm kind of changing it up. Channel's still young, I'm going to see what works and what doesn't, so as always, please feel free to leave your feedback after the video. Alright, on to naming the black keys. So now that you understand the white key naming system, we'll be talking about naming the black keys. And if you need another refresher on how to name the white keys, make sure you go back and look at that video because it becomes very important. And the reason it's so important is because the black keys don't actually get their own names, but they're actually named based on which white keys they are near. For example, a black key that is immediately adjacent to C will have a C in its name. And a black key that is immediately adjacent to an A will have an A in its name. So you can think of the black keys as flavors of the white keys if you want. In the keyboard world, lower notes are usually found toward the left of the keyboard and higher notes toward the right. And instead of lower, we'll use the term flat, and instead of higher, we'll say sharp. They're basically just more musically correct terms for this concept of higher and lower, although it's not the best way to define the terms flat and sharp. It's close enough to get started, and you'll develop a clearer understanding of these terms as we continue. So a note that is immediately adjacent to an A will have an A in its name. If it's immediately lower than an A, we'll call it A flat. If it's immediately higher than an A, we'll call it A sharp. Let's look at another example. Here's D. The note immediately to the left of D is known as D flat, and the black note immediately to the right of D is known as D sharp. Now an interesting situation arises. Should this note be called D flat because it's immediately lower than D? Or should it be called C sharp because it's immediately higher than C? Well, the answer is yes, it's actually both. C sharp and D flat are two names for the same key on the piano. When we can use multiple names to refer to the same key, we call these enharmonics. Another set of enharmonics would be F sharp and G flat, because both names can be used to refer to this black key. In some musical contexts, it's not always appropriate to use enharmonics interchangeably. However, these situations will become obvious later on when we take a look at some more advanced harmonic concepts. For now, just make sure you have a solid handle on naming all the keys on the keyboard, and we'll see you next week.